Hey guys, what's up? Just a quick update on the Mastercraft Prostar. This is just the interior build. You can kind of see how rough a shape all this interior was in. I had gotten some quotes here and there. It was just like way too expensive, 6,000, 8,000, 3,000, and I just didn't want to pay it. So I decided to try to tackle it myself. I had a cheap sewing machine that I used, and I had a little bit of sewing experience before, but nothing of this magnitude. But I figured I'd give it a try anyways. I got my materials from Joann Fabrics, marine grade vinyl, and these are just kind of some shots of like what the interior was like. And these were actual the pictures that I sent for the quotes to get the interior done. You can see the interior was good enough that I could take it apart and use it for patterns. So here's the patterning that I did, kind of numbered everything. Then I went back and I just kind of sewed it together the way that it was when I first put it on. And then when I pulled it tight, yeah, it looked pretty good. It was my first one. The easiest piece, very small seat. And then you'll kind of go into a little bit more of the bigger stuff. And here's some more patterning. It might actually be the same pattern as before. And getting into the captain's chair. And these I started out with all the smaller pieces just to make it a little bit easier. And I used all the foam that was there. It was in pretty good shape. And here's the captain's chair. Looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but it looks way better than it did. So here's the passenger seat. These are the rear bolsters for the rear seat on the sides. Here's the passenger seat all put back together. There's some more patterning on the rear middle seat. I used bonded thread, V92 I think it was called. And you can see some, the lines don't line up perfect. There's some thread pulling here and there. The corners weren't lining up the way that, we probably would like them to. Some more pattern. I had to take it to the kitchen. My table wasn't big enough for these. I did this with, I was missing some foam here in the middle, and I kind of regret this because there's little hard spots there now. I should have just used regular foam and just stuffed it in there until it was nice and flat. There's the end result on the top panel. This rear bottom seat. And then for some reason there's no wood on the boat except for these side panels, so I ended up recutting them out at a PVC board from Home Depot. Stuff's really cheap, really easy to work with, and it'll never rot out again. I figured it was worth a little extra effort, a little extra money. Just patterning out the sides. Lots of staples. Used tons and tons and tons of stainless staples in there, and not cheap. This was patterning the engine cover. This was the most difficult part of the entire interior. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pull it off. I did. You can see here's the finished products. I ended up getting some bunk carpet from, I think it was West Marine. They had it on sale. This pretty good thick stuff. And I kind of ran across the bottoms. And I had to remake that back panel with the cup holders because it was all broken apart. So I just kind of decided to do it in two pieces. And you can see the carpet there on the sides. I used it on the side panels and the bottom. And get the rear seat back together. For the most part. There's the rear seat back together. And these hinges coming up, they were all rusty and they were really, really hard to find. If anybody's looking for them, they ended up being cabinetry hardware and just leave a comment and I'll answer it. Cabinetry hardware had nothing to do with boats, so it was very difficult to find. A lot of stuff on these older ski boats you'll find that are just outsourced from all over the place. But that's it. That was just a quick update on the interior stuff. Thanks for watching.